On today's episode of God Awful Commentaries, we're going to find out where the hell are the Who's that don't practice Christmas, and are the Who's a religious cult? First things first, we need to find out within these first 5 movies which ones are in the Who-niverse and who is not. Obviously, the Who's down in Whoville are Who's, and the Who's from Horton Hears a Who are Who's. But the talking animals that live with Horton are not Who's. And we know this because the Who's live on the tiny speck on the flower. These are the citizens from Thaneedville in the Lorax. These are the citizens of Thaneedville from the Lorax. I don't think they meet the qualifications of Who's because they are neither furry nor do they have the upturned noses. So for the purpose of this, I don't think Thaneedville counts as Who's. Furthermore, these are the homes in Thaneedville. If you see, they are very uniform. Kind of like the neighborhood from The Cat in the Hat. So because of those, I do not qualify the Thaneedvillians or the people from The Cat in the Hat movie as Who's. Instead, they live in the same universe as Horton and the talking animals. Case in point, the fish talks, and so does the cat. But now begs the question. Are the Horton Hears the Who's same as the Christmas Who's? If they are supposed to be on a speck the size of a piece of pollen, I cannot imagine that there are 2 universes where they both decide to call themselves Who's. And regardless on whether they are the same Who's or not, they should be very thankful they didn't get too close to Horton's nose, because one sniff and they would have been stuck to a booger for all of humanity, which wouldn't have been very long. Anyways, back to what I was saying. What I'm saying is, if they are the same Who's for both, and Horton happened before the Grinch, there is a good chance anybody who wasn't participating in Christmas was shot on a rocket into space. And I mean, you can argue that they celebrate secular holidays, but the beginning of the Jim Carrey one said that they celebrate Easter as well. They say Easter is pleasant. So they're celebrating both Easter and Christmas as it typically is celebrated. I mean, putting 2 and 2 together there. I don't think any of the Who's are going to be the most tolerant of people. You're a monster, Mr. Who.